I just looked at my college football schedule for the weekend and I thought, oh, hell no. Then my wife looked at it and thought, oh, hell yeah, you're doing these. I'm going to love it. Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, yeah! It is time. Let's get this bad boy started. Good morning. Welcome to the Wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. This hour is presented in part, we're going to switch it up, by Fanatics. Use the code Snowman to get 25% off of your order. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. The whole crew is with me. Got the big dog, Shane Lake, the hockey god himself, and Shane Creighton, a.k.a. Droid, and, of course, Mr. Vicala, a.k.a. Victor Locke, joining us from Chicago. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Snowman. How you doing?
I'm awake. I'm alive.
Right. I'm awake, and the Panthers won, so I'm happy.
You know what? I had the toughest time getting Jody to settle because of a migraine. Yeah, she didn't sleep well, so I was up for part of the night making sure she slept okay. Whew. All right, she's off to work, and so are we. Here's the whip around presented by Fanatics. We start in the WNBA as the Minnesota Lynx are now in pursuit of their fifth WNBA title. They knock off the Connecticut Sun at the Target Center last night, 88-77 to take the series in 5. And now they start the WNBA Finals with the New York Liberty. That final series begins on Sunday. We've had our first coaching casualty of the NFL season. Robert Saleh, former defensive coordinator for the 49ers, has been fired, and the Jets owner said the decision to fire Saleh was mine alone. I'm beginning to think otherwise. I forgot what I was looking at. Okay. The Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers extended Stanley Cup hero Connor Verhaeghe with an 8-year extension.
You said Connor again.
Carter Verhaeghe. I'm not awake. Why do I keep saying Connor Verhaeghe?
I don't know.
Why do I keep saying that? Jeez. I'm not awake. I am not awake. And for that, that's the whip around presented by Fanatics. The Champs opened up last night with a 6-4 win over the Boston Bruins. It was Utah over the Blackhawks 5-2. And the St. Louis Blues came back and beat the Seattle Kraken. That final was 3-2 in the Pacific Northwest. NBA scores look like NBA preseason scores look like this. Yeah, I know. It's part of my duty. I have to do them. Charlotte over Miami, 111-108. It was the Bulls over the Cavaliers, 116-112. Suns over Detroit, 105-97. Atlanta beats Indiana, 121-120. And the Clippers beat Brooklyn, 115-106. That's your scoreboard. I'll have a graphic for that. And when we come back, the Dodgers and the Phillies are in serious trouble. We'll talk divisional series next. This is Snowman in the Morning. Thank you, A.L. Evans, for joining us this morning. We're back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
And we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business. Also, just make some awesome friends.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning on this Wednesday. I have a favor to ask of all in the chat. I love you guys for coming on to the show and waking up with us early birds. Do me a favor. Please keep your comments clean, okay? Because there's going to be some times when we post them, and we are on television network with Zebo. Just please keep your comments clean. That's all we ask. Other than that, let's have some fun. Sean Manaea was a maniac yesterday for the Mets.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he's a local kid because I used to watch him pitch when he was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
That curveball of his
was dirty last night.
Oh my gosh. Mets win 7-2. Pete Alonso got the scoring started with a home run to open the scoring. And before the Phillies knew it, it was 6-0. As mentioned, 7-2 is the final. Game 4 is tonight. Gentlemen, do the Mets close it out?
Yes.
If they do, Jose Quintana is going to need a decent pitching performance because in the postseason, in this series, he's only had 5 strikeouts. He needs to be a little bit sharper than that in order to take the Phillies down.
All right. Besides Quintana, what will it take for the Mets offense to close things out tonight?
Get going early, get going often.
I'm going to say they do close them out. The Phillies have, and JJ's going to hate me for this, but let's just be real. The Phillies have skated on their record into the postseason. They clinched the East with some time left, but they haven't looked themselves. They needed a walk-off to win game 2.
No, they coasted in, and that's the problem. I think when it comes down to things with these series, the guys that go in as the wild cards or whoever plays in the wild card series has the advantage because they're still playing ball.
Yep.
You know, they're not taking time off. They're still in rhythm.
If you get one of the 2 high seeds, then you get a week off.
And it's shown that it's not exactly a good thing if you look at all the divisional series right now.
Yeah.
And the Bruins good to know as well.
Man, leave my Bruins out of this. We're talking baseball. Shut up.
Here we go.
And yet you still lost to a wild card team.
Shut up.
All right. Our playoff games today, Tigers and Indians at 3:08 Eastern, Mets and Phillies at 5:08. I'm still flipping a coin on whether to do that one or this one. Royals and Yankees at 7:08, and then the Padres and Dodgers in a possible clinch situation in San Diego. That's at 9:08. All times are Eastern.
And I do have the probable starters for a couple of these games. It's Ranger Suarez countering Jose Quintana in New York. And in Kansas City, it's Clark Schmidt being countered by Seth Lugo.
Seth, I don't know. Seth's been really on and off. I mean, he did well, last series, but my biggest concern is his fastball.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like he has no fastball, and even when he does throw it, it gets cracked to left center.
Victor, you're a former pitcher. When you don't have your fastball, there's a lot of problems, isn't it?
When you don't have your fastball, you don't have any other pitch.
No, you don't.
You have to establish, you have to make them respect your fastball before you can use anything off speed. If they don't respect your fastball, they're going to cream every other off speed pitch you have.
Exactly.
Well, we know a specific pitcher in the past who had no fastball due to a missing muscle in his, in his elbow. And he just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm a master of the knuckleball.
That's true.
Tim Wakefield.
I mean, there are people who can do it, but usually what happens is you have to establish the respect for your fastball, because that's going to mess up their timing. That's going to mess up their timing when you start throwing your off speed, your change up, your slider, your curve.
Yeah.
And that's the front pitch. You know, the late Ed Farmer would talk about it all the time with the White Sox. The fastball was his front pitch, and you have to lead with that. And like Victor said, you got to make them respect your fastball. Quintana has lost a lot off his fastball since his White Sox days, and I'll tell you what, he's gonna need it tonight. He's really gonna need it tonight.
Yeah, because I hate to say it, if he doesn't establish things, KC is going to be in for a very long series.
5:08's the first pitch in New York. Now
7:08. 5:08. 5:08's the Mets.
7:08, and it's not in New York. It's in Kansas
City.
Kansas City.
I'm not awake. I'm sorry. They are in Detroit for the Tigers and the Indians. As mentioned, that's at 3:08. Phillies and Mets in New York at 5:08. Yankees and Royals in Kansas City at 7:08. And the Padres and the Dodgers from Slam Diego, that's at 9:08. To Droid we go. He's been following the Royals for us all year long. It seemed like they had a lull coming into the wild card round. They win the wild card round. And the key for them, as you mentioned to me off the air, was for them to get a split in New York.
Yeah, and going into this series, one of the most important parts was splitting in New York, because we all know how electric that stadium can be in the playoffs. So going into their house and getting that 4-2 win was huge.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with going into Baltimore and getting that 2-0 sweep in the wild card.
Yes.
That was huge because it proved that we can win on the road.
And that was something you had a big concern with coming into the playoffs, because it took a while longer for the Royals to clinch their wild card spot. And your first immediate concern to me was the Royals playing on the road.
Well, the Royals playing on the road actually wasn't my concern. My concern was when they take one loss, they just go on a sudden losing streak. Like if you go back to September, you'll see from the 16th to the 22nd, we went on a 6-game losing streak from losing 3 in a row to the Tigers to losing 3 in a row to the Giants. And to answer your question, Evans, yes, they did make the playoffs. They just got destroyed by the Tigers.
They got destroyed by the Tigers. 2 games.
Or as Vicola likes to say, they got creamed by the Tigers.
And I got no comeback for that, because I watched them both. They did get creamed by the Tigers. What do the Royals have to do tonight to seize that 2-1 lead?
Trust in your infield. Don't be afraid to throw a pitch down low for a double play. Because as you saw in the last game, the Yankees got on base a lot. And if you want to get out of that inning, don't be afraid to throw one low, maybe a little bit of an off speed, throw them off, and get that double play to get out of there.
Yeah. Let them put the ball in play to your infield, because that's the Royals' strongest point.
Right. That is something that I see a lot of pitchers make a mistake on. You know how we talk about hero ball when it comes to quarterbacks?
Yes.
When trying to throw the Hail Mary home run ball?
Yes.
I see the same thing with pitchers too. Like they want to like put the whole game in their bag and like, go for strikeout. If you can get a strikeout, that's great. But trust in your infield to also help out. Throw a low curve and get into a double play or just a quick 6-3 put out. Rather than trying to just go, I'm gonna do 3 pitches and get them out. Because usually if you keep letting that battle go on and on and on, eventually you're gonna throw a bad pitch.
Yeah.
And one of the things is like, one of the things is like you also got Salvador Perez back at catcher because we acquired Yanni Gurriel, our new first baseman, and then we also got Tommy Pham out in the right field. Trust your infield more. You got Yanni Gurriel at first base. You got Michael Massey at second. You got Bobby Witt between them at shortstop, and then you got Garcia at third base. You got a pretty solid and strong infield. If you just trust them to make the play, don't be afraid to throw low. And that was the problem Reagans had last night, a couple nights ago against the Yankees. He did get the win, but sadly, the win doesn't go on his docket. It goes on Zerpa's docket. Is he threw 15 pitches for 9 strikeouts. Cole Reagans threw 87 pitches, 49 strikes, only got 5 strikeouts.
To San Diego we go, and a 6-run second.
Capped by Fernando going Yado.
Tatis is showing up. That was all the Padres needed. 6-5 was the final last night. They're up 2-1. And Teoscar Hernandez brought the Dodgers back with 1 swing of the bat with a slam. That came in the 3rd as he cleared the bases, made it 6-5. But the Padres defense made it hold up. And their bullpen has been dynamite.
Yep, and Steve Linkowski, a.k.a. Urinating Trees, said the biggest problem for the Dodgers, pitching. You may have Shohei Ohtani, but is he throwing the ball?
No, he's not.
He's just batting right now.
Because he's coming off of Tommy John's.
Yeah. So when you have no Shohei Ohtani pitching, you're having to rely on a very narrow bullpen.
Yeah.
Also
say that again. Say that again.
When you got no Shohei Ohtani, you're working with a very narrow bullpen. This is my problem I have with two-way players. And you've heard me preach this about two-way players, including Colorado's Travis Hunter.
Oh, we are going to talk about Travis Hunter today.
But we'll get on them later. We'll get on them later. But that's my problem.
We'll do that after the break. And I agree with you about two-way players. Victor and I had the same discussion about two-way players because we saw them in travel ball all the time.
Yes, we did.
And what we worry about is something in their strongest part of their game lacking.
Yeah.
We worry about that. And Lord, I worry about that with Shohei, that he may wind up being a DH the rest of his career because he just may have thrown his elbow out.
Right. When you spread yourself too thin, it is never a good sign.
No,
it's not that a lot with travel ball because a lot of the kids would play two different, or even 3 different positions.
Now I understand them I understand that later on they'll specialize in a position. I get that, but I think you have to start them off at one position, unless you get to high school or college and your coach asks you to take a look at another position. You got to get your mind trained on that one position and be the absolute best at it. You know, the only thing that should prevent you, it's preventing Ohtani from doing what he does best, and I think he pitches more than he hits best, and that's the Tommy John surgery. He's going to be. I don't think he's going to pitch next year.
It wouldn't surprise me if he ends up not pitching next year the way things are looking.
Yeah,
I mean, sure. He went 52-52 in the big stat lines, but you know, he's also known for having the gas. He's also known for having that evil little splitter.
And he started an all-star game batting and hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, batting and pitching. I beg your pardon. Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
2020. Yeah, it was last year.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, with those god awful All-Star Game uniforms. Jeez.
Those things were.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
The last couple of
Yes.
years have been ugly, but let's save that for.
We'll
tomorrow.
save that for tomorrow as a
But
filler.
y'all heard me yet like before the playoffs started. I said I really like the Padres' chances, and you were like, "No, you don't." And I was like, "Yes, I do," because you look at the Padres' depth; they got the best pitching depth in the league right now,
and it's serving them well.
And they also got, and Fernando Tatis is starting to prove to us, "Hey, shush, I'm back. It's all fine."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We'll see.
he went 10 of 16 prior to going off last night. So
And he's batting a 5.56.
Mm-hmm.
And AL Evans, we did answer your question.
We did answer your question. The Astros did make the playoffs as the West Division champions. They just got creamed by the Detroit Tigers.
Yep.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I have a few things to say about Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a certain group.
Oh no.
I don't have a name for him yet, but I'll think of a name for him.
Oh no.
Dear God in heaven.
Another committee?
Yep.
Oh boy.
committee or association?
Both.
Woof.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Woof.
Wolf.
Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
the way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
The women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
The WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young,
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god
whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
LeBron James, you suck.
This has been another beating the dead horse production.
Yes, it is.
Actually, this is what you're looking for. As I said, LeBron James, you suck.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Yep.
Period.
Upside down horse.
Travis Hunter, you suck.
Actually, no. Actually,
Yes.
no.
His ego is getting to him, Snowman. I'm sorry. I
His
can't.
ego is indeed getting to him. But that's the coach's fault.
I was going to say, is Travis Hunter becoming another Jalen Hurts?
No, he's already another Jalen Hurts.
Oops.
But before we get to that, do me a favor, folks. Snowman in the Morning can be seen live each morning on YouTube as well as Zebo TV. Subscribe here, youtube.com/@SIT Morning, because beginning in the new year, as we're trying to build that channel up, piggybacking off of our play-by-play channel, beginning in the new year, we will be putting our maiden voyage on the SIT Morning channel. Hey, Pills 90 is with us, as well as the Hog TV. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. Travis Hunter, dynamic, physical talent. Your ego is going to get the best of you. But not only do I want to concentrate on that, the Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy seems to think that Travis Hunter can solve 2 problems at once.
Okay.
Sounds like they're starting their own offshoot branch.
As Shane would say best, woof.
Now, how did this come about?
I'll explain. Give me this camera. Why are you all judging Travis Hunter and what he can possibly do for a professional team on a grand total of 8 games where he's played a ridiculous amount of snaps?
I want to say one thing. Once you get to the NFL, he's going to have to pick a side of the ball.
Yep. Where he has to specialize. And that's where I was going. That's where I was going.
He's an
You gotta
amazing
pick a
wide
side,
receiver.
Travis.
He's an amazing wide receiver, but I think he's a better DB than he is a wide receiver.
Therein lies the problem. For these eyes, it's a toss-up on which side he can play. But he's going to have to focus on one side of the ball. That's the thing. And that is where I was getting to. You got to focus on one side of the ball, Travis. Because there's no way with the speed of the NFL that you're going to be able to play 100, 150 snaps.
No.
Using both sides of the ball and not get worn out.
It's not even the speed of the game. It's also the amount of damage. Yeah, the physicality is the damage you take, hit after hit after hit. Look at Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's like telling
And
an NHL goalie to get up there and score a goal. Like,
I mean, you're gonna have to pick a side and pick the side that best fits your skill set.
And that's the thing. He's got skills on both sides of the ball.
Right, but
I'm worried he's going to get worn out.
Right, and he does have his skills on both sides of the ball, but he has to pick the one that best suits his style, the one that he could do the best at and help the team best at.
Mhm.
Because what you do not want to have happen is him to go out there, do some damage as a wide receiver, and then him going out as a DB, him getting his clock cleaned.
We saw that last year with Colorado State.
Exactly.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is we all know the committee of Buffalo's buffoonery is going to say, hey, guess what? He can handle things both ways. Don't worry about it.
They can tell us to not worry about it.
Wait, the Northeast Committee of Buffalo's buffoonery.
The Mountain Committee of Buffalo buffoonery.
I was about to say the Northeast.
I'm just
Colorado
saying.
was in the West.
Geno Mac with another one.
Wait a minute.
Geno Mac.
The committee of
The committee of Buffalo's buffoonery.
I'm stopping right there. I can't say another word now.
I will say this, like Travis. Think about this.
Shut up.
Right.
Oh, and A.L. Evans, you told me something. Excuse me. A.L. Evans, you told me something. And yes, I'm very familiar with TV timeouts. My worry still remains until his body gets stronger, until he gets more games underneath him, until he gets more endurance. My worry will remain. All right? That's all I'm saying.
Also, consideration that TV timeouts are not that long.
The TV timeouts are at most 3 minutes.
Right.
And that's at most. The Mountain Committee of Buffalo.
But also here's the thing. He's still young.
Yes,
to some of these guys
and there's
playing this game.
And there's so much more growing he can, and there's so much more growing he can do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much. Maybe he can prove us wrong and play both sides of the ball when he gets to the NFL, but it's going to take at least another year to develop it.
Also,
that's what I'm saying.
But I do want to also say there's not really many good teams that are going to have a top pick this year that you'll want him to go to.
Right.
So somebody needs to make a trade. ASAP.
Right.
Who's that team? We don't know.
No clue.
We don't know, but right now he might go to Carolina, and I don't want that.
Oh God, if he goes to Carolina.
Right now, I think, you know what? Try and convince me otherwise, but I think the Bengals are purposefully losing games for Travis Hunter.
I don't think so.
No, they really tried their tails off to win that game against Baltimore.
And the thing is, you really think that as a spotter, you've been spotting the ball perfectly.
Thank you, Droid.
And
Thank you, Droid.
All of a sudden, you can't spot the ball to save your life.
I mean, bobbled it, fumbled it, and then set it up incorrectly. Well, got it as much laced out as he possibly could, but after you see that he bobbled it, I was like, oh, that's why it got shanked.
Gentlemen, he is a top-notch two-way player who's been that way ever since high school. High school doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
I still say he needs to choose a side.
I still say he needs to choose a side too.
I still say he needs to choose a side and develop.
And I think that's what he's gonna get hit with when he's under a different coach that isn't Coach Prime.
Right.
Coach Prime's like, go ahead, play both sides of the ball. But what's to say, let's say he gets like drafted, because of trades. He goes to a Miami. You think Mike McDaniel's gonna let him play two ways? No, he's gonna be like, pick a position, son. You gotta play wide receiver, you play DB.
there.
All second generation.
Right there. Who's the coach that's going aside of Coach Prime? Who's the coach that's going to let him play both sides? And like you said, Droid, if he goes to Miami with Mike McDaniel, or he goes to under McDaniel, he could.
Yeah, actually, A Pizzle's right with that. McDaniel is a one of those coaches he could go two ways with.
True. I'll give you that.
D'Amico Ryans is also another coach.
D'Amico. Oh, if he lands in Houston, that would be perfect.
Dude,
because he could.
That would be insane. Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and Travis Hunter.
And he could play. He would be allowed to play both sides of the ball. So it depends on the. It depends on the team and the coach involved, because he could wind up playing both sides of the ball. We will see.
We will see. You know, AL,
AL
he has a chance.
Just a moment. Let me get back to AL. And AL, I love you, brother, but miss me with Colorado being in the top 25. There, take that. So I just want him, if he does get, he's going to get drafted. Okay, he's dynamite. He's absolutely dynamite. Okay,
not to take him.
He is.
And the thing is, it's like we're not saying. Like I only said Travis Hunter, you suck as a joke.
We were joking around with that using one of my old lines. That's all.
He is a generational player who can play both sides of the ball, whether whenever he wants, however he wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there are some stats I see lacking.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stats I see lacking.
Speed is not one of them. I'll tell you that much.
No,
but Travis Hunter has the chance to shut us up, but he's still got the rest of this year to develop his game, get better, and then head to the NFL. Once he's in the NFL, if he proves us wrong, I'll shut up. Okay.
Same here.
But now,
I've been shut up before. I've been shut up before, and I will be shut up again. Okay. Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins. That's all I got to say.
Twice. No, man, twice.
CJ Stroud.
Shut up, Droid.
But if there is a team that's in desperate need of like a two-way player, I'm looking in Jacksonville. They need somebody who can play both sides.
That's the team I'm looking at.
Doug Peterson would love to have somebody who plays two sides of the ball. And by the way, Doug Peterson is not going to get fired. The coordinators are going to get fired.
You just took the thought out of my head, because I was going to say that's if Doug Peterson remains the Jacksonville coach.
Mm-hmm.
I say he does, and it's just the coordinators that both get fired, because right now it's mainly because remember the head coach doesn't always make the play calls. We know that,
right.
So you can't put all the blame on Doug Peterson. Mm-hmm. You know he's working the Jaguars' tails off, especially Tank Bigsby, through practice.
Tank Bigsby. Good Lord.
Tank Bigsby is a monster.
Colts, okay? Tank Bigsby tore up the Colts. Poor Colts defense. That's all I got to say.
And there's two places I don't want him to land.
Carolina?
3 places I don't want him to land.
Okay, Carolina,
Cleveland.
Oh God, not Cleveland.
And sorry, Shane, but he does not want to go to New England.
I don't want to go to New England.
But I don't want him to go to New England.
Oh dear God! All right, we've fallen off the rails. That's Snowman's take. What's yours?
At least
y'all are some idiots.
At least we're finally starting Drake May.
No
comment? I don't
comment?
think you guys had a choice. I'm sorry.
No comment.
We didn't have a choice. I mean, at this point,
because you don't have a choice. I mean, I bet you for once in his life, Kraft was finally saying start May. And Gerald was just trying to fight back and say, no, we're going to have Kobe one more week. Trust me. He will pop up. And then he got
No, it was Mayo probably was like at his wit's end and was like, we need Drake May. We need to get him started. And
After
Kraft
that
Mac
week,
and Cheese, and Kraft Mac and Cheese is like, no, we can really win with Brissett. We can win with it. I'm like, not at, you guys. Like, what did I say when we made that pick? That game should have been a layup for New England.
It should have. Yet again, look what happened.
A Pizzle is right there behind that offensive line.
Good luck, Drake. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, it's true.
Not wrong.
I really want Drake May to do well because I watched North Carolina last year. I loved watching Drake May play, and I want to see him do well. I want him and Jaden Daniels to be, keep being that top 3, and none of them being a bust.
Yep.
But in the system that May is in right now, people are going to label him as a bust. And Drake May, I'm going to say this. You have a tough game against the Texans. You're probably not going to win, but you have a chance to prove yourself.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Against that ferocious pass rush,
good luck. You know what the New England Nimrod Society is going to say about this.
The Giants and the Patriots, too, and the New York Jets, he don't want to be nowhere up east.
No.
That is true. Maybe Pittsburgh because they are on a rebuild. They are in desperate need of a wide receiver core.
No.
Not with that.
And I got a couple things to say about. I'll tell you when we get back, but y'all are gonna laugh. We're gonna go off the rails when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Ryan McCarthy is in the chat with us. Good morning to you out in Saratoga, New York. Mentioned A. Pizzle is here. A.L. Evans has been chatting it up with us all morning. All right. I have a question of the day. But first, I gotta let me. Come here, Pumpkin.
The Irish Italiano International Supervillain Espresso McCoffee has made
I'll
himself
never be able to
known.
do that. I'll never be Victor. I hate you. I'll never be able to do that.
I'm surprised I learned it from you.
What?
Yeah. I remember I listened to
coffee.
I remember I listened to a lot of the games that you did for Team Puerto Rico.
Well, shucks. I couldn't help it.
Because of Latin, Italian and Spanish.
Listen, the Latin names I had to do,
man,
sometimes had one syllable too many.
Oh my god!
And I was out of syllables.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they bring me a lineup, and I would tell them over and over and over. And Pizzle, we're praying for you and the rest of y'all down in South Florida with the hurricane. Listen, the level of names that Puerto Rico had for these kids, and I'd make sure I would tell them, please make your writing legible.
Please. Oh.
They never listened.
Okay, I have to tell this story about with certain lineup cards, and Snowman knows this one because he was with me.
Oh God.
We're in Ho Chunk, getting an afternoon game going.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Houston, who's one of my favorite coaches, but he always had a problem with the lineup cards. He brought the lineup card. I wrote it down, got everything done, and I'm going through the names. I'm just going along, and I yell at a name, and everyone's just like quiet. I look up, they're looking at me, the kids looking at me. I'm like, what? And I look. That's the wrong number. That's the wrong child. That child's not up now. That child's up next. He missed putting the child on the lineup card. He came over there as sheepish as ever, like, I may have made a small mistake on the lineup card. Coach, if you misspell a name, that's a mistake.
That's a small mistake.
Get the number wrong, that's a small mistake. You're missing a whole child.
Don't.
And like, yeah. So everyone's having a big laugh at that. I'm like, you are missing a whole.
You can't make this up, folks.
Get over here and fix this. Because it was a new kid that I hadn't had yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
I was 2 through.
I remember that. Look, one of the parents, kid's name was Bubba Oland.
Oh yeah.
Look, there's parents that act silly, and then there's parents who are silly.
Mrs. Oland was silly.
Mrs. Oland was a nut.
Yes, she was.
because
Absolutely.
every time she and her teammates and her parents were on my field, you need to play that song "Blame It on the Act." Get out of my booth.
And the thing was, this was a sweet woman, but she's like, we need to have some gangster rap in here, madam. Do you know where you are?
She had one of the best ones. Kid's name was Chris Nod. He came up to me and he said, "Snowman, do you have a way to say my name today?" I said, "I got one for you." Because the first time I didn't have it.
Right.
First night I didn't. Friday night I didn't have it. He came up to me that Saturday. He says, "You got a way to say my name?" "Yes, I have something for you today." Boy, this set off a 2-year-long exchange between me and his mom because he would stroll up to the plate. I'd play his music. And I'd announce him, now batting number 45, Chris Nod. And he started cracking up. His mom got in on the fun.
Right.
And there's always the same exchange. I'd announce him. She'd yell out, "Let's go, Nod." And I'd turn and go, "Shut up."
Right. Shut up.
And after the game, Chris, his mom, and Dad would all come up to me laughing. And he said, "That's perfect because it gets the teammates involved." I'm like, "Hey, that's fine."
Yeah. It's always fun. It was fun when you get the kids and the parents involved.
Oh my Lord. The Region Redbirds.
Oh God.
That's all I got to remind you of.
God.
The Region Redboids.
The fact that you got into several arguments with a child named Sam because
I wonder what she's doing right now.
Oh.
And at that time, Sam used to annoy the heck out of me.
Oh yeah, she was like, "It's Redbirds." Meanwhile, Snowman, it's Redboids.
And I would completely butcher the name just to piss her off.
Yeah.
It's Redbirds. It's Redboids. Sit down. And then the day I said I was leaving Ho Chunk, after all the fights, after all of the arguments,
right?
She hopped in my lap and was crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Quit that. Quit being a sweetheart. I'm supposed to be mad at you."
Right, exactly. You built like a big like family community when you're there, especially because you see the same teams all the time.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's Humboldt Park, whether it's Bridgeport, Bridgeport adopted me.
Humboldt Park was stupid fun.
Bridgeport basically adopted me.
Yeah. They adopted both of us. They adopted both of us. You got adopted more by Bridgeport, the Bridgeport Bombers. Humboldt Park adopted me.
Right.
Because there was something about those families. And it was just so much fun.
It really was.
It was a blast. Now there is a dark side to Ho Chunk, but that will not be discussed here. That will be discussed on a Patreon stream.
Okay, I was gonna say that's weather.
Now, the weather we could talk about. I mean, we got rained out and went home. We got rained out, drove out, had pancakes.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll tell that story later. Second half of the show is here. We'll talk a little bit more football, get you ready for the weekend, and of course, the segment.
By the way, you forgot your question of the day.
Because I forgot the question. I'm old. I can't help it.
I have a question.
Okay.
What did the Bruins have to do to get right?
Better goaltending.
There you go. Thank you, Shane.
All I gotta say is back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson Brown's Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete! 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 Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you total football talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Booty! I'm sorry.
Oh, good Lord.
Placenta. Booty! Johnson.
That ranks right up there with the Mountain Committee of Buffalo's buffoonery.
Victor, tell that story, please.
Okay, so the story that we were asking about weird names, right? Or
yes,
people have weird names.
And then Chris Bass shows up.
When I told mine, and I asked everybody, like, are you sure you want me to tell this story? Because it is going to be really out there. And like, no, we just asked because we wanted to. Yes, we want to hear the story. I'm like, okay, y'all asked for it.
Mm-hmm.
One of my coworkers was talking about one of her best friends. Her best friend's mother decided to name her Placenta.
I do sound like a virus.
She, according to this coworker, she said her mother thought the word placenta was so beautiful that she decided to name her child Placenta. Cole walked out.
He did.
Snowman walked out.
I threw my headset down. I threw my headphones down and walked away.
Drew, Sensei Drew just put his head in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And after all that, Mr. Bass said, "That's something that you have to like sing at the end." This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson. I lost it.
Look at Shane. Look at Shane.
Only Mr. Bass can do that.
That ain't right.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
All those clips came from one show. That's
yes.
All those clips for Baseline came from one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were actually talking about the River Riot.
Yeah. And that was an award-winning episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was such an award winner.
If ever
the booty.
Yep. If ever you are in distress, take off your
baseball cap and throw it there.
there.
Oh, here's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the kicker to that. After everybody walked out of studio laughing louder than loud, 1 week later, we get that masterpiece commercial from Cole.
Yes, we did.
Not even a week. It was ready that Monday.
Because we keep making the same mistake of challenging Cole Johnson to make banger after banger after banger.
After banger.
After banger. After banger.
Banger.
Yes.
It's just a banger after banger after banger.
And we made the mistake of challenging him.
Mm-hmm.
And my dumbass, I dare you to visualize it. Why did I say that out loud?
I don't know.
Why did I say that out loud?
I have no clue.
We all know he's cooking something up behind the scenes most of the time anyway.
Oh, yes.
When he visualized it in the form of that commercial, I walked out again.
After the City Fifth.
Yeah.
The City I'm not surprised Chris Bass came up with booty off the cuff. Off the cuff.
Yeah, off the cuff.
Okay, I got because this one has got me in trouble too many times.
Oh no, go for it.
Here in Chicago, one of our former mayor, Lori Lightfoot. After hearing
Snowman already knows where this is going.
Oh yeah, after hearing about Chris Bass and his belief that there are people who have escaped from Hades and need to get transported back. They've escaped, they need to go back to hell. And I said, there's only one person that really looks like they escaped from hell and need to be taken back immediately. And that was Lori Lightfoot. And I was on a Thundercats kick as well. Well, I put the two together. I decided to put up the Mumra chant. But you're coming for Lori Lightfoot.
Uh-oh.
And put that out on a week that Mr. McCoffey was on vacation
in North Carolina.
In North Carolina, Outer Banks.
In North Carolina.
And he put that up there.
Look at Pizzicles. Oh no.
Right. Not Uncle Foot.
I did for some dumb reason. I did the chant, had the music behind me.
Look at right in the chat.
My soul is still hovering over Whalehead Beach, North Carolina. After
yep,
I did the chant, and then Cole pushed the button. Her face appeared, and we all go, "Oh!" And then all you hear from Ryan McCoffey is, "Dad."
Yep. He come back. He's laid out. He is
out. He's out.
Dad, he's laid out. That was one of the funny, and it's always got me in trouble because anytime anything doing with Lori Lightfoot has ever been brought up, thankfully she's no longer our problem. But anytime Lori Lightfoot, I've gotten blamed for it. Even when Dietz brought it up and I didn't, I still got blamed for it.
Yes. Dietz brought it up. Victor tried to turn tail and run, and we all blamed him anyway.
I was like, don't do it. I'll get blamed for it.
He was like, what they do? What they say?
Literally. I'm like, I didn't say anything.
Oh, my gosh.
And poor Wise, he always got caught with it.
You know what? Oh, man, I thought I missed it.
Yes.
All right. A break. And then Shane sent us something ugly.
Oh, no.
And I'm straight up blaming the big dog for waking me up with a nightmare.
Bad dog. Bad dog.
What did I say?
Shut up. We will show you.
We will show you.
In a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Ancient Reef was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Williams on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yep.
It's
I
been
don't
that
want to
kind
be
of
here
Wednesday.
anymore.
It's been that kind of Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to be leading up to what we got to do to close the show.
Mm-hmm.
Big dog, I love you, but I hate you for what I'm about to show my audience.
Bad.
What I say? What I say?
Don't
give us that.
It's what you did.
Hold on.
Punk.
I have to explain this because yesterday, Droid said that he had
punk.
Droid said hold on. Yesterday, Droid said he had to take a day.
Yes.
Because we know how hard Droid is, how hard of a worker Droid is. So I'm like, that's odd. But like, all right, cool. Take a day.
Well, I woke up late. It's actually the reason.
And then I see this sick emoji, and I'm like, oh, he must really be sick then.
Right.
And I said, you okay, Droid? He said, I'm fine. Why? I was like, well, I saw the sick emoji. I can't see most other people's text messages. So I don't know what you're reacting to. He said, I was reacting to this ugly jersey. What jersey?
And then Brian helped me out by reposting it.
Yes.
And then let me look at the GIF that Vicola used. It was the Steve Harvey. Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Folks,
brace yourselves.
And please brace yourselves.
I couldn't brace myself because
Hold on, give me a second to tab out real quick. I don't want to see this thing again. All right, I'm tabbed out. You're good.
When unfortunately you end up finding that while you peruse social media.
The late show.
And
that found me.
That happened.
These are the ugly as hell jerseys that the Lakers are going to be wearing during the NBA
Cup. Off to the NBA Cup with it.
I guess
it's already there.
Okay, Victor, you got to do something.
Yes.
I'm going to pull the list of teams.
Okay.
And I want to hear. No, you say the team, and you tell us if they get to stay for the season or not, or they get banished to the NBA Cup.
Okay.
Because you do it the best.
All right. Well,
and A Pizzle, we could not make this up.
Let's see. NBA teams. Let's put them all. Let's put them all in a pile.
Let's put them all in the center of the room.
Okay. We'll start off with first off, the Lakers to the NBA Cup with you. I don't care if you got Bronny. I still do not care if you have LeBron. Y'all really get to the NBA Cup.
All right. What about the
any team that's banished to the NBA Cup, they get a strike.
Say again, Droid.
All right. What about the Bulls?
Hold on. Let him get there. Let him get there. Keep going, Victor.
Golden State Warriors. I really want y'all to get your act together because Steph is going to be Steph.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't see any more improvement, y'all going to really get to the NBA Cup with you.
I think they'll be fine.
All right.
I think they'll be fine.
Boston Celtics are the Boston Celtics. They are also the champs.
They're the world champions.
And as Snowman would say, to be the champs, you must first unseat the champs.
Woo!
Let me say hi to someone very special to me. Maggie Thompson under the veil dropping by to drop a like. Have a great Wednesday. Thank you, Maggie. She was a guest on my afternoon show.
Can you repeat that, Vicola?
For the Boston Celtics?
To be the champs, you must unseat the champs.
Woo! Stop!
Victor, go, please.
The New York Knicks. Now, originally, I would say after the season you guys had, you might be doing something. But then you mortgage your future on Carl Anthony Towns to the NBA Cup with you.
They mortgaged and risked
their entire future for Carl Anthony Towns. Just like the Bears mortgaged and risked their entire future for DJ Moore.
The Dallas Mavericks.
To answer your question, that's where all that started.
Yes. The Dallas Mavericks. You are still with Kyrita Pinkett Smith to the NBA Cup with you. The Phoenix Suns.
I'm actually before we go on, I can't put the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Cup. I love Clay too much. I'm sorry.
Clay is ruined because he's got to play with Kyrie Irving. Next.
We'll see what happens with Clay being there. Phoenix Suns. Y'all still got KD, old man KD, to the NBA Cup with you.
You still got old man KD.
The Denver Nuggets, who I do like. I want to see you guys get back. I want you guys get back to prominence. I know you guys had a rough exit last year. I want to see you guys get back to the prominence.
They ain't gonna do it with wet brick.
You're not wrong, but we hope that Nikola Jokic can try that. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh my gosh.
Another team that had a really good season. So my jury's out on them.
Mm-hmm.
Because last time I played my NBA Cup, they made a liar out of me.
And thank you, A. Pizzle, for saying this. The Washington Bullets. Not the Washington Wizards. The Washington Bullets.
If they were the Washington Bullets, they'd be fine. But if they were, now the Washington Wizards, to the NBA Cup with you. The LA Clippers. James Harden. That's all I gotta say. To the NBA Cup with you. San Antonio Spurs. I want to see more for Wemby.
You will.
I want to see more for Wemby. I think that you have a really good chance to make something special. This is going to hurt the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, boy.
This is going to hurt. But until something drastic changes, to the NBA Cup with you. The Toronto Raptors. To the NBA Cup with you. The Detroit Pistons. To the NBA Cup with you. The Miami Heat. Yeah, to the NBA Cup with you.
They don't even deserve the NBA Cup.
The Milwaukee Bucks. My jury's out on them. Because I always think they have some sort of really weird chance to get really streaky and make a season out of it. So my jury's out on the Milwaukee Bucks.
There's the jury bell right there.
The Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid to the NBA Cup with you. I'm sorry, JJ.
The rest of the Sixers, you're fine. Just Joel.
The Memphis Grizzlies.
Joel Embiid, you up.
The Memphis Grizzlies. In the NBA Cup with you. The OKC Thunder. Until you return to Seattle, to the NBA Cup with you. The Charlotte Hornets.
Hell no!
I don't even know if we can even relegate you to the NBA Cup. I think you're in the toilet bowl at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The Utah Jazz. Jury's out on you guys.
I was thinking the same thing.
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Cleveland Cadavers.
You already know where you're bound for. The NBA Cup with you.
Trade Donovan Mitchell.
Please.
The Brooklyn Nets. You're not even allowed to even be at the NBA Cup. You need to go back to the Shadow Realm. That's where you need to be.
The Shadow Realm, currently sponsored by Shadow Wireless.
we need to get Brian the "You died" scream from Dark Souls.
Yes,
for the Shadow Realm.
I might find that. I think we're going to need it this year.
The Houston Rockets.
Jury's out.
Jury's out.
Jury's out.
The Orlando Magic.
Sorry,
The NBA Cup
playmaker.
with you. I'm
Sorry,
sorry, playmaker, but they have been dismal.
They are trash. I'm sorry,
Next
playmaker.
up is NOLA, the New Orleans Pelicans. The NBA Cup with you. Zion has got to get better if you guys think of doing anything.
Zion, just like Ben Simmons, is a colossal bust. Next.
The Atlanta Hawks.
The Atlanta Squawks.
Jury's out on them. Jury's out. I'm going to see what happens with them. The Indiana Pacers. Got to give it to them. They have done significantly better. The Sacramento Kings.
Put him in purgatory.
Jury's still out on you guys. The Portland Trailblazers. To the NBA Cup with you.
Oh my god. I'm trying to hold in this laugh it's killing me. It's killing me.
I think that's all we got. Here's the thing.
Okay, I want to say something about the Raptors. They got a decent future. They just need a new coach.
Well,
you got to remember, you got 2 former KU players in there that are absolute dogs. It's just they have terrible coaching.
I'll say, look, I'm the old fart of the bunch. I will say 2 words. Prove it.
We'll see.
Well, then, if I want them to prove it, then fire the coach. They got to fire their coach and get a new one in. I'm sorry, but
because they made a mistake in firing Nick Nurse. I'm sorry.
Nick Nurse is amazing.
They made
the Raptors are TRASH with this current head coach.
Yeah.
Yes, I spelled it out for you idiots that don't know what trash is.
Fair enough.
Snowman, play the clip.
Speaking of Chicago, we will be in Chicago October 22nd and 23rd, right by McCormick Place, starting at 7 a.m. Central Time, going till 9. October 22nd and 23rd, we are in Chicago for Snowman in the morning for those 2 days. Join us, won't you? It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And also subscribe here for exclusive interviews and content. And our live show moves there exclusively beginning January 1st. And January 1st is going to be something else.
Is it this NBA Cup relegation was a bit different because so many teams that I put to the NBA Cup had really good seasons. Had playoffs because I actually relegated the New York Knicks to the NBA Cup first off.
Yep. And then they made that trade.
They made that. Yeah. They got to the playoffs and then they made that trade.
I'm excited for the Timberwolves season, though. I'm excited. Dante DiVincenzo coming off the bench. You got Julius Randle, who could have a good season if he doesn't get injured, and you got Ant.
Julius Randle needs to go. He can't stay healthy.
And then last off, you got Rudy Gobert. Like that team is built. The only defensive player in the game right now. There you go. He's the only big man that knows how to play defense. Joel.
Ooh.
We got a break.
Yeah, we do.
We got a break.
Yeah, we do. Ooh.
And when you all get back, you know what's next.
That was
because I got some people to tear up.
Uh-oh.
We're back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from car tips to hot topics to meet of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
You're an idiot.
Yep. I knew you were going to want that one.
Need that one. Audio and video form.
Mm-hmm.
You're an idiot.
I have had it with your stupidity.
So we say to brown sexuals all the time, but this is where they're at.
Speaking of which,
I've had it with their stupidity. I've had it with their stupidity.
Unfortunately, it's Wednesday and we got 20 minutes left. You know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Well, that's how all of these start. I mean, come on here.
Actually, we're going to start this one not only with that. Victor,
yes.
It's all yours.
Yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It is you now. It will continue to be you forever and ever. And the church say,
Amen. Now play the heartbeat.
One more thing.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronzexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
On your mark, get set,
and go.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Get me out of here.
What you got for now?
Dear Lord.
I'm going to just mute and let Snowman take the floor.
All right.
Oh, dear Lord.
What you find?
It's probably more like what found him.
Exactly.
What? Let me guess how
as
this
the uniform found Shane.
Mm-hmm.
There's another piece of BS that found me.
And let me guess, it happened while you were doing like I was doing.
Yep. I gotta put myself to blame this time.
Mm-hmm.
Because during the break, I made a mistake.
Oh, no.
I perused social media.
Yeah, you were told about that.
Look, Wise used to kid me all the time. Told you about that.
Mm-hmm.
We have found out that it is not a good idea to peruse social media.
I've had it with doom scrolling. Ryan said it best. It's doom scrolling.
It
and
is
he's
doom
right.
scrolling.
It is doom scrolling.
So what did you see?
I will show you.
Oh boy.
Oh crap.
I'm not supposed to see this ish.
No, you're not.
None of us are supposed to see it, but yet again, here we are.
Yeah,
I'm still reeling after that war crime you guys put out a couple weeks ago.
Which one?
What the
You
NBA
know
Cup?
which?
What the NBA Cup jerseys?
No, the one y'all did specifically for Braun.
There's a few of them we specifically did for Braun.
The dress.
Oh no!
You can thank Cole Johnson for that masterpiece.
No.
You can thank Cole Johnson for that masterpiece.
Cole Johnson showing his villainy.
Cole Johnson
Speaking
showing
of villainy.
Cole Johnson showing the fact that even LeBron gets caught up at a Diddy party.
And David Price wrote in a post, and yes, I call these bronzexuals out
by name,
full name.
Full
I got
name.
3 of them today.
Okay.
David Price. God help this poor soul. He wrote in a post, quote, in my expert opinion, Le Captain is more impressive run to lead the USA 24 to a gold medal domination rather than Kubrick in Team USA in 2008. Definition of 22 years of Optimus Prime of Le Goat. LeBron greater than Kobe, greater than Pippen. No lies detected. Only trolls will disagree. Their opinion means nothing. Close quote.
Well, I can see
David
a couple of
David Price, you're an idiot. And then he decided to couple it.
No.
I shouldn't do that. Yeah, be prepared. Because I'm going to close my eyes when I push this button.
Okay.
And then he decided to couple it with that.
I'm sorry, I just threw up.
I can see the gray hairs.
He decided to couple it with that.
What
my
type of bull is that?
So I had a simple response.
McCoffee. Oh my God.
My soul has left my body
again. He went back to North Carolina.
Listen, mine went back to North Carolina. Okay? So I had a simple response. And I said, quote, LeBron is trash as a basketball player, and he has been for 21 years. Close quote.
Uh-oh. There's the bait. Here comes the fish.
And I'm not holding back on that. Never have, never will. And then there's more.
More.
There's more.
Oh, God.
There was a person. Oh, God, I don't even want to say that. There's a person, and I use the term loosely, by the name of Max COVID-19. I ain't making this up.
No, if he's a bronsexual, he's definitely a virus.
He, oh dear God, wrote and had the nerve to publish, quote, LeBron would bulldoze your bum every night, and Jordan would still get 50 on LeBron. That last part was added by me.
I know.
LeBron would bulldoze your bum every night. Close quote.
If I'm being honest,
here's what I think of that statement.
Trays, 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 trays.
I'm just gonna say it like this. LeBron wouldn't be able to even bulldoze Luke Longley. He wouldn't be able to bulldoze Tony Kukoc. He wouldn't be able to bulldoze Will Purdue.
He wouldn't be able to bulldoze Dennis Rodman.
He certainly wouldn't be able to
He
bulldoze
certainly
Dennis
wouldn't
Rodman.
be able to bulldoze Dennis Rodman. And Dennis Rodman himself, once as an adversary and as a teammate, definitively said Michael's the greatest. From the greatest rebounder ever to play the game. Love you, Dennis Rodman.
Oh my gosh.
LeBron would bulldoze Jordan every night. Yeah, and probably pick up all 6 fouls within the first half.
And the competition tool has been broken.
I mean, really? Y'all want to do that to me?
Thank you, Max COVID-19.
You know what my dad used to say experts were? People who knew more and more about less and less.
Sure.
Gee, my dad said that to me quite a few times. And then we'd show him who the real experts were by breaking down the games.
Exactly.
Yep.
But oh, there is more.
There's well. All right. What's the next one?
Same idiot.
Hold on. Mr. McCarthy says, this bronsexual confession is brought to you by the Sons of Loving Distilleries. When your soul needs cleansing, pound a shot of one of our whiskeys. Available in OG and cask distilled.
I may need that.
We all may need that.
Hold on, I'll pop one open already.
I may pound one before I go to the doctor.
You're gonna need more than just one, Brian.
I know. I'd cuss right now, but I made my wife a promise.
Mm-hmm.
He also wrote, dear God in heaven, help me. Quote, LeBron and Bronny would obliterate George Plummer and Pippen. Close quote.
No.
Before you respond, Victor.
Oh my God.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM. Now approve all this.
No.
Even the city of fear couldn't save this.
Yeah, they're beyond saving.
Just do me, Max, COVID-19, just do us a favor.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
There's another one, but I'm not sure where Dwayne is right now to say it.
Does that person really believe that? That's only more like something that they would say for a troll. I can't.
He actually really believed this.
No.
God,
no. Dynamic duo.
I also think that Shane was looking for this.
Shut up, bitch.
That will do it.
You mean to tell me? Do you mean to tell me that you believe that LeBron, who has been mediocre at best in his career, and Bronny, who just started his career, would be better than quite possibly the most dynamic of duos in NBA history?
Have y'all heard of the term death by 1,000 paper cuts?
Yes.
LeBron and Bronny would be obliterated by Jordan and Pippen by death by 1,000 backdoor cuts.
Yes.
Tonight on 1,000 Ways to Die.
I can't believe someone would be.
LeBron and Bronny would obliterate Jordan and Pippen.
Stop it. Get some help.
From the king himself.
Like, you can't possibly believe that.
There's more.
There's more. Of course, there's more.
There's more. I agree with Shane for that one. He also wrote, quote, and before I read it, I will warn you right now, I am not making this up. I am reading this verbatim as it appears on my screen to my left.
Oh, boy.
Max COVID-19, this idiot, wrote, quote, Bronny would destroy Jorbum in a 1v1. Close quote.
You mean Bronny would sit down and cry and suck his thumb if he faced Jordan in a 1v1?
The only way Bronny could beat Jordan 1v1 is on NBA 2K25 with the sliders turned all the way up.
Exactly.
And now a selection from the Wonder Bread Tabernacle Choir entitled Stop Smoking.
I want to go home.
You are home.
I want to go home.
He hasn't even had a full. He hasn't even had a full season yet under his belt, and we're already trying to put him at this pedestal. We're trying to make Bronny better than Jordan. Let him play a season first. Just let him play one season.
Brother hasn't even touched the court in a regular season game.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. Let me remember. Hold on. Let me pull something up.
I want to go home. I want a beer. I want to take a nap. I want an ice cream sandwich.
I want to go home. I want to open a cold one and sleep.
Oh, there's one more. There's one.
Oh, here we go. This is Bronny's second preseason game. 13 minutes, 0 points, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 0 for 1 from field goal, 0 field goal percentage, and 2 rebounds.
There's one more from this idiot.
He won't stop. He won't stop.
He won't. When he said, quote, LeBron got crowned as the greatest of all time in 2016. Close quote.
With the most loaded and rigged NBA finals.
Listen, Max, LeBron is trash. Period. Point blank. End of story. If he was ever the GOAT at something, it's flopping.
And crying. There's a lot of crying.
Because he can never, ever, ever, ever compare to the king.
He got outplayed by J.
Barea.
Thank you.
And got posted up by Steph Curry several times.
Exactly.
Now, Max, our collective message to you is this. First and foremost, stay off of bronze, you know what, and wipe the liquid from your mouth. And secondly, and most importantly, get out of our face, you thirsty bitch.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
Let's get out of here, please.
I was about to say, I just figured out where LeBron learned how to cry and flop like that.
Where?
Diddy parties.
With that maid outfit. We're inundated with football, college football this weekend as we present College Football Now, presented by BetUS.com. We start everything 3:30 Saturday with the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. Then at 7:30, it's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks. And we'll finish off our triple header with the Kansas State Wildcats and the Colorado Buffaloes. Yours truly, Brian Snow, will be calling all of the action on Saturday. And that's College Football Now, presented by BetUS. And we got to get the hell out of here. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope you all are too. 2 weeks, I'll be home in Chicago. So long, everybody.